You're listening to the Speedway Insider, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes of Speedway in New Zealand, hosted by three-time New Zealand champion Christian Hermansen and Ruapuna's own Louise Smith. The Speedway Insider will give you a unique perspective by going behind the scenes of everything Speedway to find and tell the stories that you won't hear anywhere else, by talking to competitors, car owners, decision makers, and anyone who makes the sport tick. Thanks for listening. Here's the latest episode. And then we get launched into space.
Literally. Wow.
We're just having a conversation off air about Waikaraka Park. It's a hard opening this week. It's not a soft one. It's hard. Straight into the topic.
Get straight into it. Yep.
Straight in. But so there's 6 internationals actually off the top of my head. So Jason Fager won. He dropped back to like 12th off the start of the very first start. And his car jumped out of gear, and so he jammed it back in gear. And then, but yeah, he was like in the back. There's Casey Burdett, who Chris Cowling, friend of the show, was actually a little bit coy when I asked him, because he doesn't normally run late models in America. He runs like what you would call a modified, like a. So he's familiar with the 4-bar stuff, but not super late model guy. But so Casey Burdett led 29.999% of the laps. And then Jason Fager got him by 0.0027 on the line.
Wow.
Yeah, which was like, it's the craziest finish. Like Casey just rolled the bottom at 3 and 4, thinking, all right, I'm just going to roll the bottom here and then, come to the checkered flag and win, because he wouldn't have seen a car or heard a car for ages. But Fager was like smashing the top, like absolutely. And it was pretty bumpy. Yeah, bit of that going on. But yeah, Fager was humming on the top. And then he just got the hell run out of 4, came down the front straight. And then it's close enough that I said to Chris that they should look at where the transponder's mounted on that car, because it's obviously not far enough forward.
No, that's a very, very close margin. Wow.
Yeah. And it actually, from all the angles, and we were pretty side on, we were down the back straight, pretty side on. From all the angles I saw, it actually looked like KC had actually won.
Wow.
So I think, here's my crazy theory, hot take, is that Casey's transponder is maybe back, and like Fager's transponder must have been as like basically, plastic welded to the nose cone. So yeah, it was a hell of a race. It was a crazy race.
Wow. What was the crowd like?
Yeah, it was good. It was probably a little bit lighter than probably what they would have hoped for. Because I guess the reason we started talking about this is that, there's 6 internationals here. But it's still full. Like, it was still, Waikaraka Park full. But yeah, they just need more seats now. I think that's but I'm sure they've got that in the program somewhere. But so yeah, long story short, there's so Jason Fager, Casey Burdett, there's Ethan Dotson, who
That's the guy. That's who I knew was here. I didn't actually know that there was 5 others. I saw his posts on Facebook before I saw any of like New Zealand Speedway posts.
Right.
I saw his first, and then obviously he'd done quite well in Arizona for the Wild West Shootout. So I kind of saw that, and then he was like, "I'm coming to New Zealand," and I was like, didn't even know that was happening, which is partially probably my own Facebook feed, not anything else. But yeah, I don't know if promotion wise. It was a pretty big night for Waikaraka with the
huge
team stuff going on and stuff. So
yeah, there was two teams races. So the GB Lions raced the Auckland All Stars, and then raced like a Auckland sort of select team. So yeah, a bit of a tune up for them. But they've got some work to do because they lost both of those races. The first race was quite close against the All Stars, but yeah, the second race was not terribly close. So yeah, a bit of work for those guys. It would be hard coming all the way across the side of the world and then having to drive a completely different car to what you're used to. So
yeah.
But obviously the biggest event in the country's coming up this weekend, so not much time to prepare, but best of luck to them. And wait, sorry. Third time in my life that I'm missing Teams Champs.
Wow. Palmy's hometown boy.
Third time ever that I'm missing it. Like not even, in all the 33 years I've been on the face of the earth. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a bit of a tough one.
That is not the answer that I thought you were going to give either.
No, well, I've got tickets, so if anyone wants to buy them, let me know. But no, can't make it, unfortunately. But that is the way things go sometimes. Mm-hmm. So wait, just to close off that loop before, Ethan Dotson, Jason Fager, KC Burdett, and then there's 3 Aussies. So Joel Berkeley, who is the one Australia in the super sedan class,
right?
And also sim racing legend Joel Berkeley too, actually. And then the one Australia in the late models, which is Kai Blight, who some people might remember. He came here last year and raced at Teams Champs and the international race at Waikaraka as well. So yeah, he's known to Kiwis probably before, but he's the Australian late model champion. So it was a little bit confusing. There was 2 1AUs running around last night at Waikaraka. And then Ben Nicastri, who's
had a blast with that.
Yeah, that would be confusing and manual lap scoring. And then Ben Nicastri, who's quite a famous name. I think he's been an Australian champion, but he's on the super sedan side too. So yeah, a bit of a mix there. So you had Kai, who's late model, obviously the Americans who run late models, and then Joel and Ben who run kind of more what we know here in New Zealand as super saloons, but still sort of different as well. So it was a real there was, I mean, what's that, 6 internationals plus you had probably 20 like local guys. So you obviously had your Chris Cowlings and your Flynns and your sort of normal guys, but it was a hell of a night, hell of a race.
It sounds like a great field.
Yeah, and a great feature. So it had my car owner out of his chair as they went across the line. So it must have been pretty good.
Wow, yeah,
doesn't happen easy.
Good on them for putting it on. Trying to build up the kind of late model crossover. Obviously, Bobby Pierce been here before as well. Those kind of guys, if they can continue that, it could be a really cool way to bring in internationals, obviously in a different class.
Yeah, for sure. I think, as that class is aligning to kind of more international spec cars, you might see, your more international guys and girls come over to New Zealand. So
yeah, of course, the more they cross over mechanically, the easier it is for them to make that trip. So is it only the one night? They've just been here for one meeting, or?
So they raced, they did like a practice on Friday night at Waikaraka, and then they did, so last night, Saturday night at Waikaraka, and then they've got 2 nights at Teams Champs, I think. So normally they just race the Saturday night at Teams, but this year it's both nights, which is quite cool. So Saturday, Sunday. So worth the trip. Yeah, look, I know that no one likes their podcast to be interrupted by ads, but there are a few people who help us here at the Speedway Insider that we have to give a quick little shout out. First of those is a big shout out to our friends at Fastmaster, Alistair and all his team. Established in 1992, Fastmaster is one of New Zealand's leading distributors of everything that you need to operate at a high level when you're behind the wheel. The team at Fastmaster stock brands like Marina Racewear, RI Stand 21 Ogio, Inferno Armour, and of course their newly developed Ibex tyre treatment and Dirt Slayer tear-offs. I've been a customer of Alistair's and Fastmaster now for over 6 years, and I get everything that I need from Alistair. I run a custom Marina suit, have an RI helmet, and get all my Dirt Slayer tear-offs from him during the season as well. Service that Fastmaster and Alistair provides goes above and beyond to make sure that you're all sorted for Saturday night. One time, before I made my sprint car debut for HLR, Alistair had the shop open for me at 11 p.m. to grab a new helmet and everything I needed to go racing the next. So check out their website, fastmaster.co.nz, or stop into their new location in Albany on the North Shore. Yeah, so heck of a night at Waikareka. Good crowd, good hot dog.
That's the most important review of any speedway track.
Yeah,
or event ever.
Yeah, I've been threatening to start it for a few years, but Hermo's Hot Dog Index.
It was all of them.
Yeah, well, I'll go around all the tracks and rank their hot dogs. But I said, on the episode that's now lost to I don't know, history,
the cyberspace.
It's lost in cyberspace.
Yeah.
But I said on that I was sad about the never being able to have a Western Springs hot dog again.
Mm-hmm.
But I've found a place at Waikareka that does good hot dogs now, so we're actually okay.
There you go. So you got a replacement.
Yeah, for now.
Your withdrawals won't be so bad.
Yeah. Solid. Probably a solid 7 out of 10 for that hot dog.
Not too bad.
Yeah. So it's a good night. Track was a little bit bumpy, but they tell me there's still some more dirt to go into Waikareka, so that'll be good. That'll make the racing better. We've done a few meetings there now. I can't stop podiuming at the place, so it's all good with me.
So that's got to be a good sign at least. But what are your thoughts, say, compared to the old track?
Yeah, I mean, I miss Western Springs. For everyone misses Western Springs. It's a tragedy, and actually, friend of the show, Peter Murphy, posted a video up the other day of what they've done with the place, and it's effectively nothing. There's just grass kind of growing there, and it looks a bit depressing. So hopefully, someone's going to sort that out soon.
I have the pleasure of visiting there next week for the Laneway Festival is on, which is why all the grass.
Oh, you're coming to Laneway?
Pretty. I am coming to Laneway.
Oh, nice.
But in my head, every time the map comes out and my friends are talking about it, all I see is the speedway track and the car park and the pits.
Oh, it's weird, yeah.
I can't unsee it, and I can't unknow where those two stages are. That's the infield.
Yeah, it's weird.
As much as you make it look like a rugby ground, it'll always be
Western Springs. Yeah. We went to Rufus du Sol before Christmas, and that was strange, super strange. Like, the place for the alcohol, the bar was like right in our old pit spot, which it's kind of.
It is funny how you can it probably sounds ridiculous to anybody that didn't understand the atmosphere of Western Springs, but it is like an eerie feeling knowing that you're going somewhere that you have so many memories, and you're standing in these exact spots, and it's not what it used to be at all. Totally,
yeah. And so the bar was in our old pit spot, and then the gig at the outer fields, you use the bathroom that like we used to get changed into our race suits. It's kind of that main bathroom in there. So it was super weird, and popped my head over the fence, and saw the state of the places. So it's sad. So that's a shame. It's a shame for Auckland. It's a shame for Speedway. It's just it's kind of not, like I say. Hopefully someone sorts that out soon, because that's state of disrepair. So so that'll be interesting for you to see how you go there.
As I say, I just can't, I keep referring to these places as like Speedway adjacent places, and my friends are like, that's not what that is, and I'm like, no, but it is.
Yeah, just by turn one. Yeah, I'll meet you just by turn, instead of come front left. I'll meet you just turn one.
Yeah, where we're standing right now is where the pole line used to be. Yeah. It's definitely going to be very eerie. But so talking about Waikareka, obviously things of operations shifted over there. It's obviously different. Everybody knew that it was going to be different, but I mean, I haven't been there yet, so I can't comment. But you have obviously and had a little bit of a success. So.
It's been good. I mean, the one thing they've got right, they've got a lot of things right, but The pits are good. The track is getting there. Like they just need some more dirt to go on it. But the banking makes it awesome. It races so differently. Even the super saloons last night were up on the fence. They were diamonding off. They were running down the banking to get a run on the car in front of them. I even saw a mini stock drive in on the cushion and then cut back down and complete a pass on the inside at 3. Like used the banking, drove down the banking and got a run. I was like, that's cool. Like when a mini stock can do that, that's cool. Yeah. So they have got the track right. Turn 1 and 2 is for us in the sprint car has been on the fence, and it feels as fast as like Bay Park. The first lap we raced there in the feature, when I got my shit sorted, it was because basically what I was doing was I saw Pickens doing it. He was rubbing his right rear on the wall for a little bit at the flag stand to just basically go straight and then turn in on the cushion. So it's definitely, full commitment down there at 1 and 2. 3 and 4, they just need some more dirt on it because it just needs a little bit more banking to open it up a little bit more. It's actually amazing how similarly it races to the old track where 1 and 2 was on the top, but not quite on the fence. And 3 and 4 was kind of a balance between, do I take the long way around to keep momentum or do I kind of square off and just roll the bottom? So it's similar in ways, but I think once they get a bit more dirt in the place, it'll be good. I think that's why you saw it get so bumpy last night, was that it was just holes and then kind of delaminating into the old surface that's there. So so they've got a bit of work to do there, but they're just waiting for some dirt to become available, I think, is the word on the street. The pits are awesome. If you've been to Palmy Speedway, it's the same architect, so the pits look very similar. Just a big open space and kind of, there's power and water and all that sort of thing. So, for a competitor, it's pretty modern. The one thing the place is missing, if I'm to be critical, is just a bit of atmosphere. Western Springs used to have that in spades just because it was, naturally kind of basically a big thing where we're all stuck in there. But it's just missing a little bit of atmosphere, and I don't know if it needs like music or it needs something in the pits before, but it's just kind of quiet. And I also made the suggestion last night that they don't need to cram us in there, but if everyone's kind of in there closer to each other and a little bit less spread out, might make it better because there's kind of just natural atmosphere that sort of gains from that. So they were pretty crammed in there last night at Waikaraka. So just lacking a bit of atmosphere. That's all. But I mean, that's all fixable stuff. I think they've really slapped it together this year. I don't think they'd be kind of being too rude by saying that. But they only, they had 6 months to kind of from confirmation to go to get the track ready to race this year. So it's amazing that they did that. But just those last little finishing bits are sort of what they're after now, I think.
It's a huge achievement to turn it around from what it was to then what it turned into. Obviously, you've got to rip it all up to start again, basically. So it's a mammoth effort by all of them to even get race ready.
100%.
Late November, very, very impressive.
100%. Yeah, so full credit to the team, and I think all the things I'm saying are probably things that they already know. They're definitely things I've said. I think it's what everyone's saying is that it just needs a little bit more sort of atmosphere and a bit more of a vibe. Tell you what, the beers are cheap.
Really?
The beers are cheap. It's a cheap round. So that's a pro. The pit exit gate is particularly gnarly. They've made it just about maybe 10 centimeters each side wide enough for a sprint car.
Right.
So that makes it
anything.
That makes it gnarly. And I don't think I've heard anyone smack it yet, but it's a balance, put it that way, of coming off hot or just like waiting for your quad bike driver. So it's gnarly. And it's got this like dog leg. So you go up, you turn right to go up the track and then off, and then you've got to like drive left to come down the ramp. But like we don't have power steering because normally, normally castle running, but like it's just hard to, to like do, and then it's narrow, and and in your head you're like, I don't want to fuck this up because I don't want to be the first person to hit the gate.
Yeah, definitely not.
So that'll be a nickname. Like you'll never hear the end of that.
No, you'd have to sign it and do all that fun stuff that happens when someone hits a freshly painted wall and brand new gates.
Yeah, correct. So
yeah, don't jinx yourself.
So there's a few little quirks, but I tell you what, I think the North Island sprint cars are there on the 7th of March, and I'm sort of thinking that could be the meeting that sort of gets the place going for open wheelers. Obviously, they got the TQ Champs and a few things like to go before that, but yeah, I think the North Island sprint cars could be the sort of the rev up that it needs. There'll be, all the good guys will be there in the sprint cars and whatever else. So yeah, it should be good. And like I say, the track's been awesome. So yeah, come along, have a look.
It's coming up. What's coming up after a big drought?
Yeah, well, we were just saying that off air. I mean, it's been 8 weeks since Rapuna ran. This is my second weekend off, so it's probably been 3 weeks since we raced. I had a little Tommy tip over at Bay Park the other night, so in the second heat, so I didn't. It doesn't feel like I raced, so that's basically a weekend off.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a strange patch just with the weather and I guess scheduling and stuff like that. But there's been some meetings kind of happen. You're still popping up on my Facebook feed, and other tracks, videos and promos and stuff. So the last meeting you would have been at was the New Zealand Sprint Cars.
Yes. Yep. That feels like a lifetime ago.
It's almost a month ago.
3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks ago.
How was it? How was that? Friend of the show, Dan Thomas. Congratulations to him.
Yeah. Huge.
Joel on second, Caleb on third.
Yes. Yeah. What a whirlwind of a weekend for all of them, really. I think coming from the invasion, obviously that was like Cromwell's kind of test. That was their big kind of show, and everyone was obviously looking forward to that, but knowing that was the prelude to the New Zealand title, obviously then really amped it up again. A massive props to the Bourne family for bringing back Caleb Montgomery. I think that he is potentially, in my own opinion, like the future of the like international scene of sprint cars.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't mean that in disrespect to Jonathan Allard at all, and even Joel, but in a way you become desensitized to them because we see them so often. Having Montgomery back here was like the breath of fresh air that we kind of needed, and he's such an all-round genuine guy and an absolute gasser. Like you can't not watch him. Like his style is just so fun to watch. So I think that having the addition of him coming back for the title, and again, massive props to everybody that I know that there was quite a few people that went into, chipping into flights and gear and all that stuff, and he had to come back a few weeks early to do an extra meeting to meet that quota. So, of course, that eligibility for those titles had to be met, which was important. And once they got all that figured out with Jason, it was, really hand back over to the Bournes and away she went. But, the invasion and then his performance at the title as well. Not probably the result that he wanted, but a lot of fun to watch him make those passes to that feature as well. Yeah, what else happened? What didn't happen?
Yeah, on Caleb, I think on a weekend where there wasn't a heck of a lot of passing by the looks and sounds of it. He seemed to be the one most consistently to be able to pass pretty much anyone. And he came from the back to the front in the feature, so you kind of don't do that. So props to him, props to the Bournes, props to Ebron who kind of made that happen, because I think it's what it does is you might not like the sort of the Americans and stuff coming over here and doing the titles and stuff like that, but what it does and what it's done over the years is just raise a rising tide lifts all the boats. And a guy like Caleb, a guy like Allard, Myers, all those guys, they're the rising tide, and they just make us all get better. I mean, that's why every car and every sprint car in New Zealand now has got a KRE or as a Maxim or Triple X, or we've all got good gear now, and it's because we've all had to get up there to basically even have a chance against these guys. So they're the rising tide. They lift all the boats, and tell you what, if they run first, second, or third, it's no different to me doing it as far as I see. So. Yeah, no, I'm strong on that. I know a lot of people. It's a polarizing topic in the sport.
It is, yeah.
But you know what? If you want to win, you got to beat the best, and if they're the best, then just find a way of beating them, basically.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And yeah, Daniel Thomas obviously picking up his second New Zealand championship, his first at Ropuna a couple of years ago. Was really cool. I just think that the way that he conveys himself with any win really, but especially a New Zealand title, is he seems to really be able to grasp the reality of what it means. And he's the kind of person that wears the number with so much pride that, I mean, we haven't even seen him run it yet, but it's going to be, I think it'll just be really special for him, and to see, him and the family all being there this time. So yeah, I just think that especially after how they ended the invasion, obviously, massive wreck there for him, basically wrote the car off, and was actually Joel Myers Jr. who rebuilt it over that period while they had to leave the car in the South Island. So it was Joel that stepped up and, was able to put that back together for them and put together a race-winning car and ultimately beating Joel, which is always the funny part that stings a little bit. Joel did say in a couple of interviews that he was really happy for Daniel, and that he's like, I'm more proud that it was 1-2 of cars that he had built. So you get that aspect of it as well, but everybody knows that second sucks, so there's no need to hype that at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, really bittersweet for him. But yeah, I was really, really happy for Daniel and all those guys. Jason was just absolutely over the moon. So really cool effort for them as well.
Yeah.
The crowd was pretty decent.
Good.
Probably
Good
not as much as they would have liked, I guess. It's really hard to gauge the crowd at Cromwell, just because they obviously allow vehicles in, which is great for atmosphere. It's, great for the camaraderie between people, and you can kind of get a little setup going, and a lot of people camp at the track, and there's that kind of element to it. But it is really hard to gauge how many people are actually there,
in the venue,
because it's so vast. If anyone's ever been to Central Motor Speedway, you're basically in a big fishbowl. It's big, it's vast, it's like the banking where people sit is huge. So yeah, it was pretty jam-packed in a lot of areas, and the corporate area seemed to go really well. It's kind of a recent addition, or had some recent upgrades. So like the hospitality side of it seemed to go really well.
Good.
The driver intros were really cool, actually. Let's touch on that. They had all the cars line up for the national anthems before the meeting as well. And
yes, which I love.
Yes. I love a good live national anthem singer too there.
Yeah,
I've forgotten
same,
her name, but their singer down there was really good. She just did the New Zealand one, so that was really cool.
I think that's one of the biggest things you can do to kind of separate the New Zealand Championship meeting from just a normal night. And I wish more tracks would do it. I did see Cromwell did a live national anthem and took it seriously. I think that's good. That's really good. I think more of that.
Yeah.
Keep that up.
Yeah. Everyone loves it if you've got the privilege to go to America. It's, the biggest thing is, everybody rise, take your hat off, and the national anthem kind of signals the start of the night. And it's something that, as you say, we only really do for a title. But it does kind of add that level of like patriotism into it, which we kind of lack here in New Zealand a little bit. So it was really cool, and she did a phenomenal job of singing it live, which is no easy feat either. I think it was the Saturday's performance that the batteries and the mic were dead. So technical difficulties, which I'm sure if Daryl's listening, Daryl Shuttleworth,
is that what he was saying?
She had to run up to the commentary box and do it from there instead of on the infield with the wireless. So
how far through the anthem was she when
she went to start, and it then
was okay. At least it wasn't like halfway or something weird like that.
No, but yeah, still, God, the stress I felt for her. I was like, oh yeah, she had to make a mad dash up there, but she still did really well. And then before the feature, they rolled all the cars out again in grid order this time, and I got to speak to a few of them as they were rolling out of the pit gate. So we got to hear from a few of them just before they strapped in. And then they did the whole proper driver intros. They all stepped forward in front of their cars, gave the crowd a wave.
Nice.
There was obvious differences in the level of the noise from the applause, which I thought was really cool, actually, because everybody got a great round of applause. But there was Connor Rangi's was really loud. A lot of support for Connor down there. But the loudest was Joshua McIntyre. So
of course,
just like I can't actually describe how loud it was.
Wow. Okay.
It was it actually blew me away a little bit. They love the McIntyres down there, obviously. So
yes, of course.
It was really cool. I'm sure a special moment for him. It's his first New Zealand title, and he started in the 5th or something like that.
Pretty high up,
Quite
and he
high
performed well too. Yeah. He was my proper. He was probably my player of the day for the weekend. Actually, he put on a great performance. So
even that, I think it was the Hot Laps Friday. He was the first one into that lap record territory, which was unofficial. And then Zach Sokol absolutely smashed it out of the park twice after that. So that was really cool as well. Josh had a really good weekend, and Jacob did too up until crashing that heat race there, which things in sprint cars just happen so fast.
They do, and you, as a driver. You don't have a lot of time to react to things like that. So it's a tough break. It's I'm sure it was a tricky dynamic in the family where it was one brother was really happy with their performance and the other was probably feeling a bit stink.
Yeah,
so.
Josh is such a genuine person too that anytime he got the chance to speak, it was mentioning that he wished that Jacob was out there. So that was really special. They have a nice bond together, and obviously Josh is young and still learning the ropes, but man, he's got a lot of speed. So
he's a peddler.
Very impressive. So it'd be fun. He will definitely be one to watch moving forward. But Jacob, just a massive unlucky break there. He was top of the points table coming into night 2, and that huge wreck in that heat race that involved Jamie Duff and Jonathan Allard as well. Massive one for him. So happy to see him walk away from that one. But obviously a disappointing finish when you feel like the pressure's on a little bit, of course, kind of, I mean, they're from Invercargill, but Cromwell's hometown crowd kind of thing.
Home track,
so very, very gutted and disappointed for him. But that family has put a lot into sprint car racing these last few months with the invasion as well. So to hear that round of applause there for Josh was very cool during the driver intros.
Good.
And of course there was plenty of others as well that everyone just kind of seems to rally behind, which was really cool. So feature race was really good as well. I almost went green to checkers. Did go green to checkers.
One yellow right at the start, I think. One right at the start.
Very
can't remember who for, but
drama.
It might have been one. And it was sort of the race of two halves too, really, wasn't it? I mean, there was Dan got away to a really decent lead, and then it was like Joel's tyre woke up too late or something, or he came on right at the end, and then sort of pushed him all the way home. So it was a heck of a race, and as we sort of mentioned before, you had Zach Sokol was sitting in third for most of the race, and then Caleb Montgomery just got going. Short race.
Yes.
Probably critique I would make of the New Zealand Sprintcar Champs and the New Zealand Midget Champs actually this year, because we'll talk about that in a second. Short race needs to be a longer race.
How long was the midgets? 25?
25, yeah.
25. Sprint cars. There was, I don't know if this is speaking out of turn or not, I was listening into the sprint car drivers briefing, and there was many requests for it to be changed to 30 laps.
Well, 40.
Entry form. Well, Montgomery also asked for 40. I don't think that surprises anybody. But obviously, once the entry form is decided, that's that really. Yeah. So I understood why they couldn't, but the demand is there for longer feature races, and I agree. The Australian Sprint Car title was just this weekend, and it was 40 laps as well.
40 laps, it should be. I mean, we do all this build up. It's 2 nights of racing. It's 5 heats in New Zealand. They do a preliminary feature on the first night in Australia too, and I'm a huge fan of that too. Actually, I would love to see us adopt that as well, and it basically becomes another heat race. But it's just a good chance to have a shakedown on the first night. And for the crowd who go and watch, it probably makes people more likely to go and watch on the first night too, rather than just going for 5 heats or whatever it is. So, yeah, I think I think what it's done though is, from what I can understand, is people who were at the championship, both championships, the sprint cars and the midgets, it's kind of made people, because all of these championships are governed by the rule book. There's only 5 formats that you can actually that will get signed off by Speedway New Zealand. So I think what it's done is sort of lit that fire of, as drivers, to kind of have that discussion around what we want our New Zealand titles to be. So I think that's good. Fully support that. I'd be really keen. Yeah, I don't mind the 5 heats, because I think it's good from the point of view of you end up racing everyone at least once.
Yeah.
But I think the prelim feature is a good little addition. And then I'm actually a fan of either a pole shuffle or something kind of in there, because I think some people observed this year at both championships that you ended up, it sort of almost rewards consistency, the 5 heat format. But if you kind of have a bit of a bazzer in one of the heats or drop a place or something, you can often end up sort of a little bit out of position sometimes. So it does kind of give you that extra chance to just, stay inside the top 10, but kind of, sort of maybe get back a little bit further forward if you're good enough in that dash. So yeah, I'm a fan of that. But what it's done is, it's kind of, people are having interesting discussions now about formats and stuff like that at the tracks, and so it'll be interesting to see where that goes. Unfortunately,
I'm a huge advocate for traveling and seeing other races and observing other formats, and why that is so important, because there are things that Australia does 10 times better than us, and there are some things that we do 10 times better than Australia in terms of speedway stuff. So we're not really that far behind, and if we can look at that and tweak it to how we would like to see things run, or how the majority of the drivers and the Speedway New Zealand club as a whole wants to see things, run, then I think that's important discussions to be having. And if, that they can continue into evolving into something that actually happens at an AGM, would be, beneficial to the sport, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. And I think for drivers, and it should be the same for promoters, and I'm sure it is for fans. I mean, the build-up for a New Zealand title is basically all season long. Everyone's kind of looking at it as, where is it this year? Who's the form drivers and stuff like that? And then, you sort of, the 25-lap feature doesn't quite do it justice for me. So, yeah, big fan of that. I think, a longer race, 30, 40, 50 is probably too far for a sprint car, but I think definitely a longer race. Just, I mean, let's look at the Cromwell title, for example. I mean, Myers was kind of getting pretty racy with Dan. Caleb came from the back, so I mean, you might have seen a 3-car battle with 5 to go if you'd had a 40-lap race. So, I mean, let's think about it. It's a like I say, it takes a while for the fuel to burn off and the tires to develop and all that sort of thing. The tracks keeps developing. So yeah, big fan.
Agreed. Me too.
Big fan. But yeah, well, it sounds like, I mean, everyone who I've spoken to who was in Cromwell, unfortunately, we didn't make it down there. In the end, I think for us and our team, three cars and 25 people and all that sort of thing, it's a heck of a logistics exercise, and the cost and all that sort of thing. We felt we just couldn't quite risk it for, the possibility of a rain out, or who knows. So yeah, unfortunately we didn't make it down there. I would love to have been in Cromwell, because it's a track that's been on my bucket list for a long time. So would still like to get down there and do it. But I think, just the basically we were gonna. I don't think we talked about it, but we talked about it, but not on here. We were going to do. My dad's in the transport industry, so he was going to do a 40-foot container with the cars in it, and then a 20-footer with all the stuff in it, like the quad bikes and the toolboxes and all that sort of thing, and then slap it on a truck and then head down to Cromwell. So it was going to be a hell of a logistics exercise. And then we had about 23 people to move from Auckland to Cromwell. And then with the date change, it was impossible to find accommodation for us anyway, for that many people, when it's kind of it's a popular place for people to go on holiday from the South Island, Central Otago. It's beautiful. So those were the reasons we didn't make it, which we're a bit gutted about. But what it does mean is that we're coming down to Speed Week at Ruapuna for the GP, and then the Supercars, not Supercars meeting on the Gold Cup, which I think it's called.
Yes.
On the 10th and 11th of April.
10th and 11th, yeah.
Yeah, so 27th, 28th of March.
Before Supercars.
The week before Supercars.
Mm-hmm.
Because traffic management plans are important.
Very important.
More important than putting on a good event.
More important than giving people more racing to watch.
Yeah. They can build a speedway in Adelaide inside a cricket field for the purpose of putting on an event. Inside the circuit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you've got to have a good and robust traffic management plan. That's really, really important. Yeah, no, we're being quite genuine here. I don't understand.
Definitely.
Yeah, you've just got to.
It's a shame that we had to move it, and it is. Yeah. So it's quite tricky where Easter falls this year.
Yes.
So the Grand Prix, Sprint Car Grand Prix, and the Wingless Sprint Rumble is the 27th and 28th of March, so that last weekend of March. And then the weekend following that is Easter, and we are not allowed to race on Easter.
You're not allowed to race on Easter?
No.
Right.
That is
Why
specified in our council noise management.
Oh, like resource consent. Oh, right.
So, yeah, our noise management plan stipulates no Easter racing.
Sure. That's a shame.
It's a very busy time for everybody all over the country. There's a lot. I know that Nelson usually runs an Easter meeting. Cromwell always runs an Easter meeting. Of course, the days of Harrisville and all that was always around that Easter time as well. So, yeah, it's a very busy time. But, yeah, so that's a gap in the middle for us. And then, the 10th and 11th of April will be the Gold Cup season finale. BT Race for Mates. It'll also be the Salute to Goody now, since we've had to reshuffle some of our calendar events with the rain out that we've just had. So the Salute to Goody will give a feature on Friday night at least. And then,
oh, good.
Yeah.
Just what we were just talking about, a preliminary feature.
Which is exactly what I like the idea of for the Gold Cup. So
yeah.
And it'll also be the BT Race for Mates for the midgets and the TQs.
The trophy for that's in my house at the moment.
The BT trophy?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
It's been what's it called? Engraved.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, because Hayden won it last year at Western Springs. Sorry, gotcha. Random fact.
There you go. Fun fact of the day. So I think that's everything. I've probably missed an event or two. She's pretty jam packed.
Yeah, that sounds busy.
Saturdays.
Oh,
fireworks on the Saturday of the Grand Prix and Saturday of the Gold Cup.
Great. I love fireworks.
So does the crowd. Everybody loves fireworks.
Yeah, people love fireworks. I tell you what else
genuine crowd draw.
I tell you what else is happening that weekend as well is our first live together in-person recording. That's also happening. Both weekends we're going to record live, aren't we?
Yep.
We're not doing what someone suggested in recording live from the Railway Hotel in Palmerston North on Teams Champs weekend next weekend.
Well, neither of us will be in attendance, unfortunately.
Because neither of us will be there for starters, but yeah, we are recording live.
I'd just like to clarify.
Yeah, we're going to record. Oh, you've never been?
I've never been.
Well,
to
that's an
Palmerston
episode.
Speedway, and I've never been to Teams Champs.
That's an episode in itself, I think, as we need to get Louise to Teams Champs next year. But yeah, we're going to record live at Ruapuna both of those weekends that we're down there. So probably the Friday. And my vision for it is if we can set up a table or something like in the middle of either the front straight or like...
I can make whatever you want to happen. I feel like the VIP area might be a little bit of a better view, but
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
before Rayborn mows us down with his tractor or water truck.
Yeah, they might be busy doing the track, but yeah, so that'll be fun. So yeah, if I don't know if you're at Ruapuna and you want to join us, I'm not saying it's not like these other podcasts that have a live show. We're not doing a live show, but we are doing a live together show.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you want to join us at Ruapuna, sure, the invite's open. The Speedway Insider is also brought to you by Auto Super Shops. Auto Super Shops is New Zealand's most trusted network of mechanics with over 120 premium workshops from Northland to Invercargill. They look after all makes and models, whether it's your everyday ute, family car, classic, hybrid, or even a new EV. At Auto Super Shops, you get more than just a service. You get quality workmanship backed by MTA-approved technicians who use the latest diagnostic tools and genuine parts. They offer a full range of services, from routine warrant fitness checks and regular servicing to tyres, batteries, air conditioning, and advanced vehicle diagnostics. Every Auto Super Shop was chosen as the premium automotive centre for its local community. There you'll find friendly staff, clear communication, and a no-surprise approach every time. Keep your car safe, reliable, and on the road. Jump on their website, autosupershops.co.nz, to find your nearest certified mechanic. Auto Super Shop, we're New Zealand's mechanic.
There you go.
So that'll be fun.
Quick. Yeah.
It will come around quick. It's February today. Today's the 1st of Feb, just to date the podcast and now make it probably...
hold you accountable, you mean?
Yes, correct. No, yeah. So that's good. What else has been happening? The New Zealand Midget Champs was at Bay Park a few weeks ago. That was good. Congratulations to friend of the show, Aaron Hodgson, on his nothing short of spectacular win. There
is nothing that man does that isn't spectacular, let's be honest.
He is my favourite midget driver probably in the world. Because right from
said that too.
Oh no, I tell him to his face. He right from the moment he gets pushed off from the push truck, you don't actually need to look at which car is Hodgie, because he's straight on the chip, and it's just straight on the rev limiter. So I just love everything that Hodgie does, and it's a deserved victory for him and Shane Alec, the whole team. They've been at it for a few years now, so congratulations to them. It's a spectacular result, and I was absolutely thrilled for Hodgie. He's such a great rooster, and hopefully future guest of the show. So great. Congrats to him. Congrats to Shane Alec. They were the best car by a long way that weekend. Track was good. Track was good for the midget feature. Well done to the team at Bay Park. Good result. Brad Mosen second, and Ben Morrison was third. So that's, I'd say, pretty reflective of kind of midget racing in this country at the moment. Brad, good to see Brad back in form. Car was good, all weekend. Just didn't quite have enough for Hodgie. Once the track got clear and there was just the two of them, he threw the kitchen sink at Hodgie.
You've got to, when it comes down to something as important as that, and Brad knows that as well, that it's you are chasing hard in times like that.
He gave it everything he had. I mean, he threw probably 6 or 7 of the world's biggest sliders at Hodgie, from top to bottom to top. He really racing. Yeah, it was good. It was a great race. The feature was awesome. Would have been awesome if it was 40 laps.
A lot of the races over the weekend were like an actual good display of midget racing. Sometimes it gets bad rap, mainly overseas, but it's been kind of not slow, but just, I don't know the right word for it, but midget racing hasn't been the same as it has been in the past in recent years. But I think that this weekend was a good representation of like the caliber of the drivers that we have in the fields right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yep, totally. What was really interesting was there was probably 6 cars who were the top 6 cars, and they were the kind of the 6 guys that you knew going into the weekend were going to be there or thereabouts. And the sort of the Mosens, the Hodges, the Morrisons, the Pickens, the
Did you say
Insleys, etc. Those and Hayden Williams too. They kind of picked their way through the heats, like the pros they are. It was really just interesting to see them move their way through the field. We were down there for both nights watching, so that was good. It's good event.
Alec put on a really good performance.
Alec put on an absolute fucking clinic in the heats. And I said to him that I think, sometimes you got to lose one to win 7.
That's a really good way of looking at it, yeah.
Alex 18. He did a stellar job in the heats. He won all 5 of his heats.
Yes.
Fact check?
I think he was 1 short. It was 4 out.
Oh, did he win 4 heats? I thought he
won
won 5.
5 heats.
You might be right. Yeah.
Either way, it was every time he hit the track, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he was fast. And he started from pole and sort of ultimately went backwards a little bit. But yeah, he's literally 18. And I think sometimes you go to lose 1 to win 7. So
and the news coming this week as well that he's running the Australian Speedcar Championship in a couple of weeks as well. So that's probably an opportunity that's been in the works for a little bit longer than before that title as well. But a performance like that never hurts anybody's career either. So it'd be really cool to see him run internationally for the first time as well. Obviously,
absolutely.
His name is a big name in Australia and New Zealand, so he will be well looked after over there. Gear looks pretty good, so it's a
obviously King
decent
chassis
sized operation. So
good luck to him. A friend of the show.
Yeah.
The racing at Bay Park was good. The midgets were good. Probably just the same. I think. They just longer race, and maybe a dash and like a feature on the first night would have been good to just throw the cat amongst the pigeons a little. A little bit more fanfare would have been nice too. I don't know, like there was no 4 wide before the feature. I know they always run a bit shorter time at Bay Park, so you never know if they're hard against the curfew or anything like that. But no driver intros, no national anthem, but it was while the cars were on track, kind of gridding up for the race. So it was a bit, would have been nice to see that kind of probably stand alone. But all things that they've got to learn for hosting the sprint car title next year.
Lots of big events, definitely. It's been January, as we say, there was, those 2 weekends were back to back there. Sprint cars was earlier January, and then midgets, and then what was supposed to be the TQs. So that's 3 major open wheel titles back to back to back, which is a lot to follow along with as well.
Absolutely. Also, the New Zealand Superstock title was kind of in the mixer there too, down in Welly. Congrats to friend of the show, Brad Eulenberg, for pulling off the win there. And cousin Carl won the New Zealand mini sprints last night. For the second time in a row. So wonder if anyone's done that before, 2 in a row. Congrats to Carl, congrats to the Eulenberg family. They put so much into the sport as well. So 5th New Zealand Superstock title in a row, affected by rain.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is really bad odds.
Really bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So they rained out the Friday, right? And they shuffled everything and then ran a little earlier on Sunday. Am I correct?
Sunday, yeah. So the final was on Sunday, yeah. So, but fifth, and some smart person on Facebook posted about how it was like the seven of the last 8 or something have been affected by rain. So, I don't know what to say about that. Just random fact. That's why you come here. Random facts.
Yeah. Wow. That is. I guess. I mean, we can run them kind of at any time, but I guess they usually fall around this kind of like January, February kind of time, which is what you would like to think would be peak summer. But I mean, we all know that this one has been incredibly wet, so it's it's not a given, that's for sure. That's why we're in the business of outdoor sports.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's been lots of speedway happening, which is good. I feel like we've done a pretty good wrap up of the open wheel stuff. There's been a bit happening. You were at the sprint cars and I was at the midget, so
yeah, it was good spreading out over the country of us.
Yes. Well, yeah, well done, North Island, South Island. What else? Maybe I put up on Facebook the other day that we're going to be a bit more regular, and we've got a shared notes, iPhone notes now, so bit more regular now.
Deal.
So first, I might surprise some people, but we've got a pretty good list here of things that we want to cover. But one thing I did want to say is, if there's anything, people want us to cover, talk about, anyone you want us to get on, anyone you want us to talk to in New Zealand or overseas, we've got pretty good networks these days, so we can normally line people up. But if there's any topics you want us to cover or get stuck into or have a bit of a deep dive on, reach out, and either through Facebook or I actually set it up a while ago, but on the link tree, you can actually go on there and record like a little speak like thing, like a little voice note, and send it to us. So you can either do it on there, it's on the link tree, or send it through on Facebook, and we can answer the question. We've got a few things. I'll give you a bit of a list of the sort of things we've got coming up that sort of came from the post, but also kind of have come from us. But one thing I'm really keen to talk about is open wheel, but also kind of like across the speedway, kind of like spec tires. It's been a hot topic. So I'm really keen to talk about that. So we've talked to some car owners and drivers and crew chiefs and stuff like that about that. We've got we want to talk about just the sport, I think, as a whole. Talk about kind of what's happened this year. It probably feels like the car numbers have been a little lighter this year in some of the grades. Just talk about kind of what's happening there. Obviously the economy is tough, all that sort of thing, but is there anything we as the sport as a whole can kind of do to I guess grow it and push it along, or are we wrong? Is it actually healthier than it's ever been before? But so that we can get stuck into that. One thing, again, talking to a few at Waikareka last night was really interesting, was just the super saloon grade in general. Be interesting to sort of put an episode together around, what does that look like in 10 years, where, most of the cars now are kind of late models, and there's a few of the older spec torsion bar cars kind of still in the field and still really competitive. So and on their day they can still win a New Zealand title. No, I got no kind of problems with that. But what does that look like in the next few years? What torsion bar versus kind of the late model spec? So talk to a few people in the class, competitors, car owners, all that sort of thing, and sort of look at that. Plus just kind of looking at what's going on in the sport. We've done a bit of a meeting wrap up today, but they're not always going to be like that. It's mostly kind of bigger, meatier topics that we want to talk about. So also, someone suggested, it was a good suggestion, infield stuff and kind of the volunteers. And I guess as a sport as a whole is basically driven by volunteers, or whether it's officials or referees or stewards, but right down to, all the way through the sport, like your kind of clerk of the course, your people in the infield, all that sort of thing. So I mean, it's a unique part of the sport, how we literally couldn't do it without volunteers. People not getting paid. I'm sure they got probably other things to do on Saturday night, but they come to the track and do it so that I can go around in circles, and Louise can talk to people in the infield. So there's that. I think that's important. But also, how do we get more volunteers like into the sport too? Because like I say, we literally can't do it without them. And I guess one of the other things, we've got a whole list of people that we put together of people we want to talk to. I'm not going to drop any names, because what if they say no? They might say no.
Maybe if you name drop, they can't say no, but no.
There's a few people on the list that probably wouldn't be scared of saying no. But we want to talk to all the 1NZs from this year once all the New Zealand titles are over. So, I mean, that's sort of name dropping. Plus a couple of interesting people, I think, that are doing some interesting things or have done some interesting things either over the years or kind of over the last few years internationally and kind of in New Zealand. So there's a few hints there, few little clues if you want to follow them. But yeah, just more kind of car owners and stuff like that too. So yeah, so big plans. Big plans.
Big plans, big season. But yeah, the main issue is, as the season gets busier, it gives us more things to talk about, but me and you also get busier. So it's a double-edged sword of the whole summer of speedway stuff, but it's a lot of fun. So
yeah. Well, we could talk to Australian Sprintcar Championship crew guy,
yes.
Crew guy, Hayden Warrington, when he's back, because that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Been with Jock Goodyear for the last few weeks, so
big 5 weeks.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the plan in terms of people that we want to talk to. But yeah, I wanted to put the call out because I think to stay interesting to the people who are ultimately listening to this, yeah, we want people's suggestions and clips and stuff like that. So send them in to us directly, either through Facebook or Instagram or the page, or you can actually comment on Spotify. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's an interesting feature. I don't know that it gets used all that often, does it?
It does on some podcasts that I follow. Some of the comments are a bit edgy, but keep it PG. But yeah, if there's anything you want us to talk about, just let us know, because yeah, we'd love to get into it.
Yeah, definitely.
Guests, you name it. Or if you just want us to talk to each other, I don't know. Maybe that's what people want.
Yeah, anything at all you want to hear about. Speedway, motorsport, international, national, anything controversial. We love getting into that stuff.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll cover it. Stuff. The more controversial the topic, the better.
We will give the people what they want.
And normally, I'm on Coke Zero today, so you're on some concoction there, lemonade, baby.
Lemonade, yeah.
Yeah. Normally we do it after a couple of beers too. So, or during. We didn't do a sound check today. It's hard to do it with a screw chop.
Yeah, it's not a thing, unfortunately.
No. So, yeah.
We'll
so send them in.
Cans and we'll
back on the cans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else? I think that's a pretty good.
I think that's a good welcome back. Yeah.
A pretty good welcome back. Yeah. We promise we've got actual recording days, and we're 1 for 1 so far.
Yep.
We said the 1st of Feb, and we've done it.
It's the 1st of Feb.
And the next one's the 9th of Feb. So,
okay.
And we've even plugged the dates into Louise's very busy concert and other life things. So and
not at a committee meeting. I'm filming a show.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with an international superstar like yourself.
Says the one building sprint cars every 2 seconds.
Hey.
Hey, I could have said rebuilding and I didn't.
Yeah. Well, rebuilding wings at the moment. Yeah. Actually, just on that Speedway Insider, it's the weirdest feeling when you tip over.
I can imagine so.
It's the weirdest feel. I'd actually forgotten because I haven't actually rolled over for. I actually don't know. I don't know when the last time I actually flipped over was. It's been a long time. It would be probably 7 or 8 years since I since I actually flipped, because I haven't flipped yet. I've crashed, obviously. I've crashed a couple of times, but I haven't actually flipped.
So what was your last biggest one then? That one at Waikaraka with the wall? Was that your biggest? That's the only one that comes to mind.
No, that was at Kiki.
Oh yeah, that too.
That was at Kiki, yeah, where
I
just about lit the place on fire. But no, probably my last actual rollover would have been mini sprint racing.
Wow.
I can actually think it was my last ever night in the mini sprint, and
of course it was.
Yeah, and it was just after Logan Seavey, I think, at the Chili Bowl, had like driven up the wall to avoid a crash. And I tried doing that, but obviously I had a wing on, so it didn't work that effectively. But I actually ended up tipping over as well. But yeah, it's the strangest feeling. There you go. There's one for like the Speedway Insider. It's the strangest feeling because you just you're like, it's like being on a roller coaster, but you're like falling out of your seat, but you're not falling out of your seat because you've got seatbelts on. So all your like inertia, momentum of your body is like going up and like falling out, but you can't fall out. So it's just like you're being held in, but everything's going that way.
You're like being held in suspense upside down. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just weird. It's super weird. So I'd actually forgotten about it. And then shout out to the medical crew at Bay Park too, because they put me through a what's it called, like concussion tests and stuff like that. So but shout out to those guys because they do the
very important role.
They do the tough jobs, yeah. But yeah, there you go. Speedway Insider, things you might not know. If you've never driven a race car and if you've never flipped before. It's weird. Don't do it. It wrecks the wing too. Yeah, it wrecks the wing too, so don't do it.
Yeah, don't, especially not if you have a wing on. Don't try it. Don't try.
Wings are expensive too, as my car owner keeps reminding me.
Maybe you should do the old duct tape trick with a message on your dash that says wings are expensive.
Wings are expensive, yeah. But
wings are expensive.
Yeah. I'd run out of tape if I had to write all the motivational speeches Jeff gives me on tape to go on the dash. It's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. One last insight. I've heard rumors, and I think it's sort of becoming actual things where Easter weekend, talking about Easter weekend before, Mary, the old high banks of Mary might be back. And I tell you what, if Kerry Brocus gets that going for Easter this year, that will be well worth a trip because that place is apparently badass.
It looks very cool. And another place that's put a lot of work into it. If they could get it up and running by Easter, that's a bloody good going. Yeah.
They've put the sort of the feelers out. What are you up to for Easter sort of thing. So could be Easter. I'm hoping to go race in Palmy on Easter.
Okay. Are you going to trick the cars back and forth from Rapuna?
Different car.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing 4 ferry trips.
No.
So
nobody wants that.
Yeah, keep an eye out. Mary 21 Speedway on Facebook. And tell you what, if that place gets going for Easter, that'll be a hell of a place to go and watch a Speedway meeting.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. Well, that's pretty good. That's a good wrap up of what is going on. I don't think we've missed anything.
Nothing comes to mind.
Shout out to my dad. He listened to all the episodes, and he came up to watch a bunch of Speedway meetings over Christmas and New Year's and watched one in the rain.
Yeah, it was a bit like that for you guys.
Shout out to my dad.
Huge shout out.
Cool. Okay.
Awesome.
We always get to this point and we never know how to end the episode.
No,
but
we didn't even intro it, so why should we outro it?
Why should we outro it? We're just gonna be mid conversation and then I'm gonna press the. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Speedway Insider podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you drop us a comment or a message about this episode. Follow us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts to get the latest episodes straight to your feed. Thanks again for listening.